Celtic Myths and Legends by T.W. Rolleston. Chapter 1. The Celts in Ancient History. Chazar's account. Chazar has given us a careful and critical account of them as he knew them in Gaul. They were, he says, eager for battle, but easily dashed by reverses. They were extremely superstitious, submitting to their druids in all public and private affairs, and regarding it as the worst of punishments to be excommunicated and forbidden to approach the ceremonies of religion. They, who were thus interdicted for refusing to obey a druidical sentence, are reckoned in the number of the vile and wicked. All persons avoid and fly their company and discourse, lest they should receive any infection by contagion, and they are not permitted to commence a suit, neither is any post entrusted to them. The druids are generally freed from military service, nor do they pay taxes with the rest. Encouraged by such rewards, many of their own accord come to their schools and are sent by their friends and relations. They are said there to get by heart a great number of verses. Some continue 20 years in their education. Neither is it held lawful to commit these things, the druidic doctrines, to writing, though in almost all public transactions and private accounts they use the Greek characters. The Gauls were eager for news, and besieging merchants and travelers for gossip. Easily influenced, sanguine, credulous, fond of change, and wavering in their counsels, they were at the same time remarkably acute and intelligent, very quick to seize upon and to imitate any contrivance they found useful. The Irish, says Edmund Spenser, in his view of the present state of Ireland, use commonile to send up and down, to know news, and if any meet with another, his second word is, "What news?" They were, at the same time, remarkably acute and intelligent, very quick to seize upon and imitate any contrivance they found useful. Their ingenuity is baffling. Their ingenuity in baffling the novel siege apparatus of the Roman armies is specially noticed by Chazar. Of their courage he speaks with great respect, attributing their scorn of death in some degree, at least, to their firm faith in the immortality of the soul. A people who, in earlier days, had again and again annihilated the Roman armies, had sacked Rome, and who had more than once placed Chazar himself in positions of the utmost anxiety and peril, were evidently no weaklings. Whatever their religious beliefs or practices, Chazar is not given to sentimental admiration of his foes. But one episode at the siege of Avaricum moves him to immortalize the valor of the defense. A wooden structure, or ager, had been raised by the Romans to overtop the walls, which had proved impregnable to the assaults of the battering ram. The Gauls contrived to set this on fire. It was of the utmost moment to prevent the besiegers from extinguishing the flames, and a Gaul mounted a portion of the wall of the ager, throwing down upon it balls of tallow and pitch, which were handed up to him from within. He was soon struck down by a missile from a Roman catapult. Immediately, another stepped over him as he lay, and continued his comrade's task. He too fell, but a third instantly took his place, and a fourth. Nor was this post ever deserted until the legionaries at last extinguished the flames and forced the defenders back into the town, which was finally captured on the following day. And compare Spencer saying, I have heard some great warriors say that in all the services which they had seen abroad in foreign countries, they never saw a more comely horseman than the Irishman, nor that cometh on more bravely in his charge. They are very valiant and hardy, for the most part, great endurers of cold, labor, hunger, and all hardiness, very active and strong of hand, very swift of foot, very vigilant and circumspect in their enterprises, very present in perils, very great scorners of death. So, I guess you can say by my focus on the ceremonies, at least the 17 minutes a day, a morning meditation, certain readings, less particular about what times those occur, but, I'm upholding my Celtic ancestry in that respect. That to tell me I can't go to a dedicated place of worship to perform my 17, or to try to keep me from it, even in my going about the land. This is of the greatest indignities that you can put upon me. And one of the things nowadays happening is that, trying to more and more, I guess keeping, following in with how some of the Christian churches worked, is excommunicating people. It's like, if they're not some sort of physical threat to people or something like that, you're messing with people's religious freedom. You may differ in the same building. I'm perfectly fine with that. But,